Hey there, Boots Owen here. This is my Victron Multi Plus 2 unit, a 48 volt unit and 4 batteries. These are, I think, what you'd call telecom or railway batteries. They're 12 volt, 92 amp hour batteries. These are about 7 years old. After 2016. I got them in the scrapyard and I paid 150 quid for 4 of them. So that's where we're starting with. They've run fine from the summer until now, and it's early January 2024, so they've been on for about 4 or 5 months. Recently we haven't had any sun. I'd say for the last month we haven't had any sun, and so they haven't actively been charged every day. Some days they got a little bit, but then it would run down again. So they were typically sitting at 47 volts, which wasn't great. So I've been messing with the settings in the Victron ESS app, and I've set them now to stay fully charged. What's been happening though, I noticed by checking with the multimeter and with the little displays, is that the 3 here on the left, 1, 2 and 3, were sitting at around 12.2, 12.4 volts, that kind of thing. But this one was dropping down to about 11. Now, it could have been that it's the coldest near a wall, so I've put a bit of insulation in behind it. I don't really think that this one's much colder than this one. It could be that it's at the positive end of the line. So that's the positive terminal, the last positive terminal, and that's the last negative terminal. And then they're all held together with a bit of copper bus bar, just a big chunky piece of copper like that I've drilled out. Basically, I've drilled it out to save money buying the lugs, because the lugs for the connectors cost £1 each. So I had a bit of copper bar. I've adjusted it so it's gone instantly there. Can you see the lights? Mains are on, and it's gone to absorption from bulk, and I'm hoping it'll go to float because it sat on bulk but it wasn't actually charging. And I think this is just me learning about these things, but I think what's happening was it sits on bulk but it's not actually putting any power in, because the setting is there to take power from PV only, which is appropriate in the summertime. So it charges all day on and off, and kind of power shifts is probably the wrong word, but it blends the power. So if there's excess solar, it can detect it from this black box, and this is a clamp-on meter from the solar panels, so it knows how much solar is being generated, and that goes to this guy here. And then this is a Victron supplied, but it's not a Victron made energy meter, and so that's basically the same as any of the meters on the house, except that it goes through the LAN cable up to the servo, and that then links it through to the internet, basically, so you can see it on the Victron display. So it knows if there's power coming in or out of the house, and if it's from solar. If it's got excess solar energy, it sends it to the battery. When we didn't have excess solar energy in any meaningful way for a whole month, the batteries got a bit depleted. Now these batteries, they were all just thrown into a skip in a scrapyard, so they were probably taken really good care of for 6 years, and then the last year they were probably pulled out of wherever they were. I've heard level crossing, but I don't know if that's true. It could be in any kind of a telecoms backup or in a telephone exchange or anything like that. But they were all the same, with the same dates, 29th of October on all of them. So I thought, well, that's probably out of a 48 volt system, I'll be safe enough. So what I've done then, to get this one, you can see this one on the end is up at 17.2, and the next one's 15, and they're all about 15 as well. And you can see I've got my alligator clips on here. I've got a little motorcycle battery charger, a little 12 volt battery charger, and I've been trickle charging this one until it came up. And I got it up to about 12.5 volts, 12.5 to 6, 7, that kind of thing. As soon as you take the clamp off, it drops, or the clip off, it drops down anyways straight away. Been charging it up to get them balanced again, and now I'm just going to let it run and see what happens with it and get it up above some kind of a voltage anyways. So whatever's in it now, if I look at the display on the Victron app, it'll be, I don't know, 15, so it'll be probably up around 60 volts. It typically hovers around 58 volts or that kind of thing. They might not be in agreement with the full pack, the voltages, but they give a good indication. Once you take the charge off it, it drops back, of course. The voltage will drop back because it's not being charged. So I'm just going to have to wait and see what happens with this one. I'll put this video up just as a short video, 5 minutes, about what I'm doing to try and get it back. I don't want to buy new batteries. I want these to last until at least the end of next summer. I don't even think in that length of time, a full year, I don't think I'll get my money back on them. I think I'll be able to sell, if one was dead, I'd be able to sell three 12-volt units, even for a few quid each, you know, 25 quid. Then I'll start to get some of my money back. But as scrap, they're probably worth about 10 quid each. So paying 150 quid in the scrapyard is a bit of a heavy price for scrap batteries, but I did test them as best I could with multimeter and with a drop tester beforehand. Putting a drop tester on a sealed gel battery is not quite the same as a drop tester on a lead acid battery. It's not far different, but it's not the same. And there's no other way to test them short term other than charge them and discharge them and watch what they're doing. So hopefully that end one will come down a bit, really, but I don't know. You see the way it's staying really high, 17 volts. 17 volts is quite high, I reckon. So does that have something to do with where they are in the daisy chain? So if I swap this one here, call it number 4, swap it to be, say, in the number 2 or the number 1 position, would that then be better for them? Like maybe they've been arranged in a different way and settled in over time. I don't know. I don't know, so I'm just going to tinker away at it and see what happens. But this is my little setup, and it's been running fine all last summer. Charged during the day, discharged for a few hours at night. Not quite enough. Over summer, it's probably going to be enough to get me over the night. Each one is 1 kilowatt hour is the way I think about it. They're 12 volts, 92 amp hours, which to me is equal to just under 1 kilowatt hour per battery. And so I've set the unit to only ever draw down to about 60%, so it should never ever put too much strain on them. But they're so old anyways, it's hard to know what they're like inside and how they were abused and probably never used, really. A lot of those backup systems never really get pulled. They just get kept topped up, so it's probably putting it into stress it had never felt before. I don't know. Right, I'm rambling. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Tell me if you just think it's a dud and I'm going to waste my time here or whatnot. And I've looked at buying replacements of these are hundreds of pounds each, say like £200 or £300 each. That's a lot of money. I could do it. But if I was going to get them, would I not be better off getting like lead carbon or lithium, which are all more expensive again? But, you know, if they're going to last more than a few months, if I'm going to mess my time going to the scrapyard, it's a bit of a waste buying dud batteries. Would I be better off getting one battery to replace this one and then keep these 3? Or would that one then be too good for the other 3 and then you're into this whole rigmarole? I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I think I'd have to replace them all if there's a dud, and just sell them and see what I can do. Maybe I'll make another update tomorrow or the next day. All right, questions or comments? I said it again. Thanks for watching, and any advice is really gratefully received. See you later.